go. My character is named Birdie. He is a rogue halfling who it says he is an assassin. And well, okay, so character-wise, he has the archetype assassin, but I don't know. Think of him more like kind of like a Sherlock Holmes type.
Okay.
Hey, Alex, real quick, pull your microphone closer to your mouth because it's hard to hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so he's like Sherlock Holmes in that he's kind of just grown up around roguish individuals, but he's very intelligent and has a penchant for reading and studies up on various ancient traps and designs, as well as human anatomy, anything that could come in handy. Really, he's just interested in human condition and figuring out motives and stuff like that. So
Cool.
that's kind of why he's traveling. He's kind of a fancy kind of guy. Curly dark hair, pencil mustache, paisley tunic, slight heels going on, and he has a slight limp and walks with cane.
Okay. Did you say heels?
Slight, yeah, heels.
Okay. Like,
Not like super high stiletto heels or anything like that.
but like the old like the men used to wear in the Restoration period or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Cool. I guess I'll go ahead. My name is Lieutenant Hungenji. I've recently been resurrected. I was struck pretty dead by some kobolds, but they realized that I have dragon blood, so they revived me, hoping that I would kind of lead them, because their queen had recently been killed for some reason I can't seem to fully remember.
Cough, cough, Sean.
I am an expert in historical artifacts and archaeology. I also teach. I am adorned in a fedora with a whip by my side, and I'm a sorcerer by trade. We never gotten into my backstory too much beyond what Danielle knows, but I was orphaned as a child by my parents, who realized what I was, and they didn't want me. And they gave me away hoping that I wouldn't come to the realization of that I was a sorcerer, that I had draconic blood. But inevitably something happened in my life that caused those powers to manifest, and so ever since that happened, I've been learning to harness my abilities as a sorcerer and to use them to my advantage to explore and research further into historical artifacts. And that's pretty much it for me.
I guess it's my turn then, and I don't exactly know everything, but so I've got Piper, who is a half-elf bard, and so she's I guess half dark elf and half human. wasn't really acknowledged or accepted by either parent, so kind of raised on the goodness of strangers and has been traveling around for most of her life, acquiring skills along the way. Personality-wise, she is more likely to avoid conflict, or if things get trying, take the easy way out. One of her skills is deceit, and she's uses that when she has to. I guess she's neutral as far as good and bad goes, but could lean either way. Still kind of working on it, but that's where we're at.
Cool.
I guess kind of young as a half elf goes, 20s. So still finding her feet.
Cool.
And a new player has entered our admits. Hey, Clay.
Hey, sorry about being late. Today was what some people would call an absolute shit show.
Well, we spent pretty much the whole past hour working on characters and stuff like that and getting them developed. So we are just introducing ourselves and which ones we're playing.
Okay.
So if you didn't see, we've got Shannon's a bard named Piper, Lenidon's Lenidon, and Alex has a halfling rogue now that is reminiscent of, I almost said Shakespeare, Sherlock Holmes. Shakespeare could be a fun character someday, but...
All right. Well, I have 2 characters ready and am happy to listen to thoughts from the group. I have a Minotaur Barbarian who is very heavy front line, wanting to soak up all the damage. And I have a halfling monk healer who is obviously a healer and kind of light duty front line.
That's tough.
Yeah.
We've got... So I'm a sorcerer. I have primarily attacking magic, but I'm no good at armor or defense. Piper's a bard. You're rogue.
Hey, we can make Daniel play the other one.
It'd be nice to have a healer, but I feel like we're going to need somebody to take the brunt of the hits, or we're all going to die very quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of a tricky situation there as to which one provides more sustainability to the party. Dude, what? I missed you too. You've been fed 3 times. I got a text message from Steph. You can't lie to me.
My gut instinct would be the barbarian. I don't know what y'all think.
I would think so. Shannon, does your character have any healing spells?
All right, I went in and redid the sheet so many times. Let me double check. I have Healing Word as a level 1 spell.
Okay.
I don't know.
That heals, right?
It
Sounds
does.
like it heals.
Not a whole lot, but it does heal.
Does Lenidon have any healing? I can't remember.
I do not.
Healing Word, and maybe I'm equipped with a pack of Band-Aids.
Hey, if you got some Neosporin, we'll talk.
Keep alcohol around, right? That's supposed to be an antiseptic.
Yeah, that's really a toss-up because you could definitely use the tankiness of a tank.
Yeah.
Also, if anyone is interested, we can use a 5th player. If anyone knows anyone who'd like to join up for this game, since Sean has
I've got a character rolled for them already.
Yeah, you could just pick up the next one. So, if anyone knows a reliable 5th, let me know.
Okay.
You should make Yosef play.
Yeah, he's not going to play. Hey, Joseph, do you want to play D&D? No. All right.
So disappointed in you, Joseph.
Tell him I can't hear him over all the cobwebs in his rafters.
I'll just tell him you made fun of him later.
He knows that.
He just assumes you make fun of him, like on a regular basis. Okay, so which one are you leaning towards?
Which one do y'all think? I think a tank would probably benefit us the most.
Yeah,
I would agree.
I mean, rests are a thing.
We can always rest to heal up, you know.
Yeah.
But we can't rest if we're all dead.
Dirt knives don't count for you.
It will be kind of funny.
Eternal slumber.
It will be kind of funny having this many like sneaky sort of backline characters and then a Minotaur.
Moo cow McBeef tank.
So when we get really into it, I'm gonna fast forward y'all a little bit because the travel from the town to where you're going is boring. And I don't have a lot set for it anyway. But we will rewind and say a few days ago, you were in the mining town of Blasingdale. So, let's see. It's a place you should all be stocked up on equipment and supplies and things like that. But it's about 30 miles south of this place called Stonetooth. So Stonetooth used to be a great dwarven stronghold controlled by a dwarven smith, Durgeddon the Black, and his clan, where they mined and created great weaponry and did dwarven things. And then about a century ago, they were raided by an orc tribe. So all of their treasures have been lost to being invaded by an orc tribe, which has now taken over the Stonetooth. So people are scared of it. The orcs do still come to the town, even, as far out. It's more of a problem for people traveling in the area, getting randomly snatched up by the orcs and put into soups, because all the bad guys put people into soups in my games.
Into suits? Like with a tie?
No, not suits. Soups.
Soup, okay.
People soup.
People.
You don't sound that bad of a guy.
I feel like it's a big difference putting someone into a soup for food and then or creating them into a leather suit, a person suit. Since then, the dwarves have wanted their caves back to get back all their treasures and memorabilia. But there haven't been many people. There's been no one to really come back from Stonetooth. And even less treasure coming out of it, since nobody comes back from the area. So, like I said, you're in the mining town of Blasingdale. It's a medium-sized town. Like, they've got a mayor, and they've got, a little militia force. It's about 100 people strong. A mixture of humans and half-orcs and half-elves and dwarves. So it's a pretty diverse little town. So, what I want from y'all is to tell me, we are going to rewind about 3 days from where we will actually start this adventure. And you're in the town of Blasingdale. And I want y'all to tell me how you meet and why y'all decide to go to Stonetooth.
Okay.
And as many great adventurers do, don't be afraid to use pubs.
To use pubs?
Pubs, alcohol.
I thought you said cubs.
Yes,
All
cubs.
bears.
Do you really want Moo Cow McBeef Tank in the bar?
Yes. It's like
Literally a bowl.
I was gonna say a bull in a china shop. Let's go.
Is there a china shop in this mining town?
There is if you want there to be.
I think that Moo Cow McBeef Tank is definitely in the china shop doing some shopping, perhaps being run out of the store when the adventurers come upon us.
Okay.
So Lenida, we're gonna
I'm
say.
definitely gonna stop to watch a bull in a china shop.
I was about to
just
say,
because.
Lenida, we'll say you're walking down the street and you hear a loud commotion coming from a store, and suddenly you see a minotaur come bursting out the doors, being chased by a small Asian-looking woman who is screaming in another language.
Minotaur is not particularly bright. Oh no, wait, he is particularly bright for a Minotaur. He apologizes and offers to pay for the damage because he is lawful.
She's shaking a stick at you.
I wander up and ask what's going on.
I'm just a little bit clumsy and I might have knocked one or two things over in the shop.
You destroyed my whole shop!
Just one or two things.
You go! You broke my grandma's tea set.
Now, you were in this china shop, huh?
I was looking for some decorative plates, perhaps painted with a halfling's face.
And lady, you allowed this bull into your china shop?
He said he had money. It is a shop.
Well, I feel like, you might have invited some of this upon yourself. And this gentleman seems to want to pay to make restitution, so.
He owes me a lot of money now.
How much money do I owe you?
Carry the 1,000 gold piece.
That seems extravagant for a town that's worth about 1,200 gold pieces.
You broke my grandmother's tea set. That was not even for sale.
Well, you can't put a price on it then.
Doing sitting out. Surely we could reach some sort of agreement here. Is there anything that my new friend here, my name's Lenida, by the way, sir.
Oh, hi there.
Is there anything?
Dragon-born sorcerer or dragon-blooded?
I am yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm a high elf.
Okay.
You are a high elf with some kinky ancestors.
Perhaps, 1,000, that's a lot.
No negotiations. 1,000 gold pieces.
All right.
I have to replace whole store, new inventory.
The store's still fine. It's just the inventory you need.
Whole store.
No, the building's solid. It didn't even fall over when I bumped it with my horns.
You bumped everything with horns. Go. Just go now, or I call police.
Okay. She's lucky I didn't offer her the soup.
And I feel like after the last game, she's lucky you didn't offer her mushrooms.
It was a mushroom souffle.
There we go.
That I still have.
Mushrooms in this party? Because a bull in a china shop on magic mushrooms sounds like a blast.
It's not the kind of mushroom you would want to eat.
But it still would be a hell of an experience.
Yeah. You need a bathroom. Well, at least you made it out of that without having to spend any money. You want to maybe go grab a drink and maybe we could figure out something to do. I'm kind of bored sitting around this little town here, and I've been looking for something to get in trouble with.
All right, yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty good at drinking and getting in trouble. I appreciate
Well,
your
let's
help with
look.
her.
No problem. I guess we'll find a pub to duck into.
As y'all are traveling to the nearest place of alcohol establishment, you encounter a dwarf who is desperately handing out pamphlets. Come talk to me! Finding adventurers! I need someone to help with my family's legacy. Hear ye, hear ye, please.
Family's legacy.
Are you interested, giant sir?
What's the job? Because I was on my way to the pub for a pint, but
Well, many centuries ago, my great-great-great-grandfather was Durgeddon the Black. I am Smurgeddon the Black. We once held this stronghold that's been taken over by filthy orcses.
not orcs.
Not orcses. Terrible orcses.
Hmm.
I want my home back as the rightful heir to the stronghold. But I haven't found anyone big and brave and strong enough to get it back for me, and you look big.
I don't look brave and strong.
Maybe strong. You're definitely big. That's the big thing. It's definitely big.
Just big is all you're looking for in life, huh?
Yeah, size matters.
Tell me, did your grandfather happen to have any china in his stronghold?
I feel like that might have been broken through the ravages of war, but we
Darn.
have.
That's a bummer.
Because we know you could take care of that.
Yeah, I'm a China expert. I can appraise every bit of China in a shop instantly. It is worth 0 GP.
Well, I don't know about China that might be left, but we definitely had weaponry and other fantastic items. I'm mostly concerned about getting my home back. We can make new weapons if we have our stronghold and our forges. Grand forges.
Did he happen to collect any historical artifacts?
Well, the whole place would be a historical artifact by now. It was
Well, I can't
centuries ago.
carry around a stronghold, can I?
Well, no, what
I
I'm saying
might be
is
able to.
anything that would be in there would be very big. Very, very big. Very large. But anything that's in there would be a historical relic by now. I'm sure it could fetch you a fine penny.
What do you think, friend?
I've got a way to open the door, so I say we do it.
Let's do it.
Is your way your horns? Is that...
No, it's my portable battering ram.
You are a battering ram. Why do you need another battering ram?
If one's good.
I warn you,
He
though.
likes hats on hats.
I warn you, though. Many people have tried, and I haven't even heard back from them yet, so the two of you may want to find some people to help out. You can divide any treasure amongst you, unless it has specifically the Durgeddon the Black Seal.
Fair enough.
I claim anything directly to my lineage.
We can probably work with
Let's
that.
say, yeah. I say we go find some more people and set off.
Yeah, absolutely. I think adventurers probably hang out in the pub. Let's check there.
Yeah, we were headed there anyway.
And if not, there's still beer.
And how convenient that the pub you enter just happens to have a halfling rogue doing whatever he's doing. And also oh crap, what?
Half elf.
I knew you were a bard. I couldn't remember what race you were.
Yeah. I figure since I'm a bard, maybe I'm singing for my supper, providing a little entertainment at the pub.
That adds up.
I mean, helps the pints help the music go down better.
Oh God, is it that bad?
Also, is the song you're singing?
This song is a familiar tune to me.
Do you need me to make that into a Vorbis file so you can play it in Game B?
Yes.
Well, I guess we'll set up shop at a table and put some chairs around us to look like we're inviting folks to come join us. And I'll kick back with a pint.
All right, I would like a liter of, I don't know, your darkest ale.
He pours something almost sludge-like in consistency. You ask for dark, it's definitely dark, but you're not sure why it's dark.
Whatever. I've got a hearty constitution. It'll be delicious.
I look at his and say, you have anything just slightly lighter? I'll take that.
He pours the same thing and then adds a layer of brown water to it.
It's the brown water that gets you.
And this beer is making the music go down easier?
maybe the music's helping the beer go down.
You know, I've heard tell of these pubs where they treat all their customers like assholes.
Is this one of them?
I think we wandered into one of these.
You may have found the pub where what they serve comes out of assholes.
Dick's last resort of pubs here.
Where is this? So the bard is still singing in the road.
Okay, I'm gonna say my character sees the giant minotaur slamming down his drink and thinking that he is so big and so loud that he could be very useful distraction for me moving forward. So I'm going to hobble on over to Cable, limping, heavily favoring my weapon. I come up. I'm like, "Oh my! You look like you're on preparing to go on some sort of adventure. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Birdie." What? And the cane slips on ale that was on the ground, and I go tumbling to the ground.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Birdie Wop.
May I help you up?
Yes, please. I don't mind.
Spurgeon here with Resident Evil Talk here today about the bar.
I'm pickpocketing him.
Who are you pickpocketing?
Lenidon.
Oh, that's not nice.
Alright, Lenidon, roll me a perception.
Okay, hang on just a second. My God, you rolled a big pickpocket.
Oh, you have no clue at all.
What do I get?
What do you have, Lenidon?
Things and stuff.
Take his bed.
I have some daggers, a crossbow, a whip, some bolts, a Dungeoneer's pack. I have 2 scrolls, 2 mushroom souffles. Oh, please tell me he got a mushroom souffle.
You know what? We're gonna say he managed to slip one of your scrolls and a mushroom souffle.
All right. Just a random 1 or 2. Alex,
Wait, what was that?
pick a number 1 or 2.
2.
2. You got Scroll of Expeditious something or other.
Okay.
Is that the name or?
Oh, okay. Wait, it continues on. It stopped. It looked like it stopped. Scroll of Expeditious Retreat.
There we go. Expeditious, yeah, something or other.
Expeditious, whatever.
We don't know what it is, but it's fast.
Wild magic.
Yeah, Expeditious Retreat. And a mushroom souffle.
Thank you, up. Thank you for your help, kind gentlemen. So, tell me, you look like you're on, you're preparing for some sort of adventure.
We are. We were just speaking with a gentleman outside. His family stronghold has been taken over by orcs, and he told us we could have most of the treasure in there if we were to liberate the stronghold for him.
That's very nice. Yes, treasure is nice. Why go on this adventure though? Apart from that, why, what is he looking for?
The gentleman who sent us?
Yes.
Well, it's his family, he said. And he just wants to reclaim what was his family's house.
And what was this gentleman's name? What family is this?
He was some blacksmith. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's got treasure.
Started with a D.
Is that enough for me to make any sort of recollection of who it might be?
Yeah, you have also encountered Smurgeddon the Black. But Senior Kane, he gave you a pamphlet about the history of his ancestor, Durgeddon the Black. But he was definitely not as interested in recruiting you because you did not seem like the healthiest person. And he's more interested in big.
Was this Durgeddon the Black anyone of any renown or anything like that?
Let's copy this first paragraph.
Well, he certainly led on like he was.
This is essentially the history that would have been on the pamphlet.
Two centuries ago. So this is the same dude that got run. No, his son, something.
Yeah.
I can't think of how long ago it would have been, but in Dwarven years. So I'm going to say like grandson.
Okay.
All right, where are you guys that you can see whatever was just shared? Because I'm not seeing anything.
It's the chat on the right side. So on that little toolbar on the top right side, click where it has like the little
Scroll
chat.
down. Okay, yes,
Yep.
I see it now.
That's also where all your roles and everything will pop up.
Okay. Well, this looks interesting to me. I'm kind of wondering if any roguish types have gotten into these ancestral halls. So I'm kind of interested in exploring them. Yes. You would be talking about the great dwarf Durgeddon the Black. Does that ring a bell?
Yep.
Yeah, that
I
guy.
told you it started with a D.
Yes.
Brains in at this point, right?
Yep.
That's the guy.
Well, you seem like burly types who would absolutely require my expertise. So I'm happy to oblige.
Well, let's. Your expertise in what, good sir?
let's just say I have my talent. But first, before talking about myself, I like to sit down for a bit of dinner. And I've provided my own, so here, please, eat up. And I slide him his own mushroom pie.
Ah, these mushroom souffles, I recognize them. They are very good. I could not accept this from you. You should eat it right here where we sit, sir.
Yes, well, I believe that you know about these. I believe that you know about them quite well, and that is why I will not eat them. Go ahead and check your bag.
All right, I searched myself and noticed, I guess, that my scroll is also missing. So it appears you're a thief.
I wouldn't call me as such, but I have particular talents. As for the scroll, let's just say that I'll hold on to that until we're done with our adventure. Collateral.
All right.
So you wouldn't call yourself a thief? You stole from me, and you're going to hold on to
that
You may call me what you like.
Yeah, a thief. I believe I did.
Mukau would like to make a strength and intimidation check to convince our new friend to give the scroll back.
Okay, roll for intimidation, and
So
I'll let you counter with Constitution. Birdie.
Okay.
plus.
Alex, is your avatar seriously Prince?
Yes.
Well, he only rolled a 4 for Constitution, so
Yeah.
Clay, no one else in the bar even notices you. But Birdie,
Seems unlikely.
but Birdie, you're shaking in your boots.
Alright, I hand him the scroll back. Well, I hate to start things on a sour.
It's a wise decision. I'll pocket my scroll. And I will pocket the souffle as well.
The patrons at the bar are becoming more and more drunk as the time goes by, and they finally start grumbling and just throwing copper pieces at the bard in an attempt to make the noise stop, because this whole pub experience is unpleasant.
Are they making it hail?
Somehow they're drunk. Yes, they're making it hail. Somehow this ale has an ability to give you a hangover while you're still drunk.
Oh god.
So they just want to sit in their misery.
All right, so to put it nicely, I'm taking a break to collect tips, make the rounds, and I make my way over to the table where I have noticed the carryings on, and being at a point where I'm about ready to blow this popsicle stand. I'm ready to get out of the town, looking for my next way out. But being such a kind of low strength individual, I would definitely look for a group to travel with. So I make my way over to your table.
Roll me a perception really quick.
Okay. Okay, I've never used this app. How do I see the dice.
Okay, what you need to do is go into your character sheet.
Character sheet.
And where it says the word perception, just click on that word. So under core, and scroll down to perception.
It's right next to your charisma box on the far left.
Oh, I see it. All right.
Okay.
I clicked on it. What do I do?
Oh, that's it.
You're good.
Oh, did it do it? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go with the first time. It pops up in the chat bar over on the side. That's where all your rolls are going to go to. So
Okay.
you also notice what looks like a delicious mushroom souffle sitting in the center of the
So
table
hungry.
that no one seems to be eating, and you're not sure why.
So I haven't had dinner because, starving musician and working up such an appetite performing. I noticed this souffle on the table. Are you guys saving it for a special occasion, or are you about to dig in, and do you have room for a fourth?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Because had you just taken this souffle and eaten it, you would be very miserable. This is not for consumption.
Well,
Unless you are brave of stomach.
I've gotta keep it peak performance here. Would you mind if I joined you at the table just to enjoy my own dinner and perhaps speak? I hear you guys are about to embark on a journey, and I was looking to maybe get out of town myself. How far are you going?
How far are we going? We're just going to some dude's house. We're gonna take it back.
It's called Kandrukar, apparently.
What happened? Who are you taking it back from?
Those dudes.
Some orcs.
I happen to speak Orcish.
Oh,
Well.
perfect. You can come help them.
We'd love to have someone with your... I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, you're not being completely honest with her. I'm going to slide her the pamphlet. Go ahead and read it up. It's about the mighty great dwarf smith Durgan the Black. We're retrieving his lands.
Yeah, we're just going to get his house.
Now you see, fellas, we had to be on the level with him. We don't want to start things on the wrong foot.
Don't want to start.
It's all right. I mean, that's been your plan so far.
We certainly erred in that direction.
But no, gentlemen, we need everyone that have talents. Did you hear her perform? She was horrible. She was loud. She drew so much attention. We need that.
All right. At this point, Moo Cow McBeef Tank is going to blow his signal whistle just with a mighty puff of air from his lungs.
Oh, God.
Yeah, get used to it, kids. And once the entire pub is looking, I will demand from the barkeep my bill. For we must be off immediately.
I too will settle up.
The grumpy barkeep comes over and goes, 3 people, 3 copper.
3 copper? For this swill?
It's a good price. I gave you a big one.
I'll give you a big one.
I don't know if you're threatening me or coming on to me.
Only one way to find out, barkeep.
For
You got a
you,
little bit of Minotaur in you?
wouldn't mind.
Alright.
Whoa.
Yours is on the house. Make that
That's how you call
That I
it.
did not foresee.
He says, make that 2 copper, and gives you a big wink.
Alright.
Fair enough.
Speaking of settling up, I in lieu of my standard fee for performing, I'll take some provisions for the road if you don't mind, barkeep.
Alright,
Better not be any beef in there.
Oh,
I'd like some beef in there. He stomps off and then comes back with like a bag full of nuts and dried berries and things like that. Trail mix. Very good.
Yeah, it'll work.
Alright.
I've got all the pieces of copper and things that I've collected off the floor that they were pelting at me earlier, so I'm alright. I'm feeling kind of flush now.
All right. So should we set off?
Yeah, we gotta go pretty quick before I need to impale this barkeep.
Let's go. Well, we could hang around while you do that.
I mean, you could catch up.
go
You
outside. Don't let me get in the way.
No, I think we should go.
As
All
you're
right.
as you're leaving, the barkeep yells back at you. Come back when you need a place to stay, Minotaur. Rooms on the house.
All right, yeah, let's go, guys.
He was quite a friendly person, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's it.
And the scene star wipes. And it's going to be 3 days later, and I've got to go to work in like 10 minutes and start getting ready. So I'm actually going to go ahead and call it for now and say in the next time we will start out at Kundrakar, or your attempt to locate it, because there wasn't really a very good map on there. You just know the general direction you should be going in. Because it has been, 200 years and since anyone has been there and back. Oh, that's where we'll start next time.
Cool.
All right, when is next time?
That's what I was about to say. Let me start.